Hello YouTube friends and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Deidre from Our Upcycled Life and I do lots of thrifting, upcycling, repurposing, and DIY content. Love new crafting friends. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any great DIY content. Today I'm going to show you how you can paint with cling wrap. This creates a fantastic base for signs or DIY projects, and it almost leaves like a tie-dye look to your projects. So easy, great DIY to do with kids. Lots of work. Let's get started. Today I'm going to show you a really fun technique, how to paint with cling wrap. When you do it, it almost makes like a tie-dyed painting effect, and it's really simple, really easy, great DIY to do with kids. This is just scrap pieces of wood that I've cut into arrows. I'm going to turn them into some beach themed signs, and the base I just have some latex paint that I'm going to paint both of them with. I'm going to be using my acrylic paint. I'm going to kind of try to give it like a sunset color with some orange and yellow, white and blue. We're going to mix these all together. So the first thing we're going to do, we'll work on one first, is just get a piece of saran wrap the same size as your project. You want to make sure that it goes from one end to the other. Then you're just going to take your colors. You can use any colors, any paint. You can use latex, acrylic, whatever you've got in hand, chalk paint. And I've just got a stash of acrylic that I want to use up. So I'm just doing a whole bunch of different colors on this with acrylic paint. And you just kind of want to dab it randomly on your project. If you're using something that you need to use a paintbrush, you can just drop little droplets with your paintbrush. And just wherever, doesn't really matter. You don't want really big dots, you just want little tiny dots. I love mixing colors, and if you've followed along on my channel, you know I love that chippy painted, multicolored look, and this is a great way to achieve that. Got some white. Oh, that one didn't cooperate. Uh-oh, that's okay. Real live DIY happening here. You can see that everything isn't always perfect. We got a great big glob of white, but we're gonna roll with it. Okay, I think I might add a little bit more blue. Maybe here. And I actually have a light blue color too. And it's a chalk paint. I think I'm just gonna dab it here and there. And I'm going to use a little bit of paper towel and get rid of some of that white. Okay, we're ready for the next step. Now you're going to see how seriously easy it is to create a fantastic painting texture with saran wrap. You just want to take your saran wrap and just lay it right on top of that paint. Make sure it's right at the ends. And all you're going to do now is just take your fingers and just blend those paint colors together. And just keep moving it around until you're happy with the way that it looks. Kind of gives almost like a tie-dye kind of look. But you can really move it around and play with it. And you can do this like with seasonal colors. Easter would be fantastic. You could do all pastel colors. And you can really rub it in. And you can see already how fantastic it's gonna look. And you want to make sure you're rubbing it in so you can blend all those different colors, and you'll make different colors from a green coming up here. Okay, now we're ready to go on to the next step. Now you're just going to lift from one end and peel it off. Set it aside though. We're not going to throw it out yet. Just set it aside. And you have your piece of wood that is painted, and it looks so fantastic. I'm going to turn this into a sign, and I'm going to show you how it turns out. Now, with that saran wrap that you've pulled off that wood, it still has all kinds of lovely paint on it. I've just got a sheet of paper. I'm going to lift that up and lay it right into the paper. And use that paint up. We don't want to waste it. We can peel it off. And if you have enough paint, you can do it again. And you can save that for your mixed media art, making tags, whatever you want. We're going to peel that off. You still have a little bit of paint on it, so we're going to use that up right here. There, and we have the start of a really fun piece of paper that we can set aside. And we're going to do up another one. I've got some latex paint that I'm going to use up, some of this red. And you don't have to do circles. You can do little lines. Everything's going to give a little bit more of a different effect. The big thing is you don't want to put too much on, because then you're going to have too much to smear around. So you want to kind of just do little blotches. I've got this beautiful yellow color, which I'm really loving lately. I'm going to add that on in splotches. And I think I'm going to add some orange into this too. Trying to go for that summer sunset kind of look. And maybe a little bit of white. We're going to make sure that it doesn't plop out fast this time. And this one I'm just kind of dragging along. And a little bit of yellow. We're now ready for our saran wrap. We're going to get a length that we need and lay it right into that paint. And then just get smearing. And we're ready to peel off the saran wrap. We're going to save that saran wrap again. But look at the colors that we've created on that board. Fantastic base for a sign. We're just going to lay that into the paper. And use up all that paint. And you can see all the different colors and how they all melt together. I took these out to my shed and then gave them a really good sanding with some 80 grit sandpaper and really distressed them around the edges. And now they're ready to be made into signs. I've printed off my graphics on my LaserJet printer. We're going to be using Mod Podge, doing the Mod Podge reverse graphic transfer. And these graphics are available in my Etsy store if you want to grab them and make a sign like this yourself. So the first one we're going to work on is Hello Summer. And the second one that we're going to do is just going to say beach with an arrow. These have sat, it's next day, and we're ready to wet it with a little rag with some water and rub off all of the paper. And there they are, all finished. I love the way that they turned out. And this is such an easy painting technique to create a fabulous background for your signs. It's also really easy DIY to do with your kids. I've sealed these up with some polyacrylic sealer. And if you're going to put these outside, you'll want to seal them up with an outdoor version of polyacrylic sealer so they can withstand the elements. But how fun is this? If you're new to my channel, make sure you check out some of my other painting technique tutorials. I have all kinds of different methods to create fantastic texture and different looks on wood. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.